Had a big debate last night. I've got some opinions on it. Some will make you happy, I'm sure. Some will make you mad. Obviously, it was 8 GOP candidates at the GOP debate on Fox News. And then there was Trump doing a separate sit-down interview with Tucker Carlson, which is a gigantic up yours to Fox News from Tucker and from Trump himself. That's what it was. That's why you would tape that thing a couple days beforehand and then air it at the same time of the debate. So you've got an interesting war going on here. You've got the Trump versus the other candidates war. You've got the Tucker versus Fox News war. I just think it's fascinating to watch all this stuff play out. And look, there are some things I'm about to tell you. Some things that are about to tell you that are probably going to hurt some of you, and some things are not. First of all, the most dangerous state of mind for any human being, all of us, you, me, all of us, the most dangerous state of mind is desperation. Why? Because when you get to a state of desperation, and maybe you've been there, maybe you're there now, but when you get to a state of desperation, you will accept things. You will even excitedly accept things that you would never have accepted in a normal circumstance. For instance, I've used this before in other scenarios, but this is a great example. Let's say you're a young mother. You're a young mother, and you're out on a boat fishing with your son in the middle of a lake. And you're fishing with your son, and this gang of murderous thugs pull up in a bigger boat beside you. And they got all these tattoos and do-rags, and they say, "Hey, little lady, why don't you guys come on board our boat?" Of course, you would say, "No, that looks unsafe and ridiculous. No, go on, thank you." But let's say you're that same mother and you're out there in the lake and this terrible storm comes up and you get a horrible hole in your boat and your boat is going down and you're in the middle of this huge lake and you think you're all going to die and you're scared. And that same gang of murderous thugs pulls up beside you and says, "Hey, little lady, hop in." Not only will you hop in, you will be excited about the opportunity to hop in. Why? Because you're desperate. The right now, all of us, let's be honest about where we're at. You, me, all of us. There's a certain amount of desperation in all of us as we watch our country be ripped apart, as we watch everything we love be torn down, and as we watch the weakness of our side. Whether you are an extreme example or a little example, you have this feeling inside of you of, oh my gosh, someone's got to fix it. Why can't someone fix it? And because of that, we have to guard ourselves. We have to guard ourselves for hopping in the wrong boat in our state of desperation. I haven't said much about this guy, and I won't going forward, but this guy, Vivek Ramaswamy, listen to me. I understand. I understand the appeal. I do. Young, energetic, charismatic, and saying everything you want to hear. Everything you want to hear. He is. I know he is. But we have got to be discerning. We have got to smell the snake oil when it's right in front of us. Here was Vivek on the debate on Fox News Channel.
President Trump, I believe, was the best president of the 21st century. It's a fact. And Chris Christie, honest to God, your claim that Donald Trump is motivated by vengeance and grievance would be a lot more credible if your entire campaign were not based on vengeance and grievance against one man. And if people at home want to see a bunch of people blindly bashing Donald Trump without an iota of vision for this country, they could just change the channel to MSNBC right now. But I'm not running for president of MSNBC. I am running for president of the United States. We're skating on thin ice, and we cannot set a precedent where the party in power uses police force to indict its political opponents. It is wrong. We have to end the weaponization of justice in this country.
30 seconds, Governor.
Yeah, he's not running for president at all. I'm sorry. I know that hurts. You've got the Vivek shirt on, and now he wants to eliminate the FBI. I know. He's not running for president at all. He's in the race, running interference for Trump. And what he said about Christie's right. I can't stand that Chris Christie's in this race only to attack Trump. But Vivek is in this race only to run cover for Trump and attack DeSantis. Both of them are equally despicable. It's despicable what Christie's doing. It's despicable what Vivek is doing. The difference is you already dislike Christie, and you somehow think that Vivek is worth something. Vivek, and I believe that this is just a theory of mine, I believe this is a plant by Trump. Take away that far right lane from DeSantis, making it easier for Trump to win. And I support those kind of dirty politics, I might point out. If I'm right about that, good for you, Team Trump. That's the smartest move I've seen in a while. Good for you. But come on, you got to smell it. Don't be so desperate that you can't smell it, all right? Vivek and Christie, the Trump surrogate and the DeSantis surrogate, they went snipping at each other all night last night.
Hold on. I've had enough already tonight of a guy who sounds like ChatGPT standing up here. And the last person in one of these debates, Brett, who stood in the middle of the stage and said, "What's a skinny guy with an odd last name doing up here?" was Barack Obama, and I'm afraid we're dealing with the same type of amateur standing on stage tonight.
Come on, give me a hug. Give me a hug just like you did to Obama.
The same type of amateur.
And you'll help elect me just like you did to
Yeah, he's right about that. What's ChatGPT, though? Well, it's exactly what Vivek is. If you were to have a machine and you were to put in the programming into the machine, hey, say everything the desperate base wants to hear, that's what you get. And I would be more sympathetic if he didn't switch positions on every issue just in months, in a year. He wrote a book last year about Trump and how terrible January 6th was, and Trump's bad. Now he's the greatest president ever. I love him. Come on. We gotta wake up. We got to wake up and be smarter. And I don't say this about Vivek. I don't care about Vivek. I say this about our future going forward. As the indictments come and the desperation increases, and oh my gosh, we are going to get more desperate. And then we're going to be more susceptible to the next one who comes, and the next one who comes, and the next one who comes. And speaking of Chris Christie, let me say something else. Chris Christie, I think it's despicable that he's in this race only to attack Trump. That's a slimy, crappy thing to do. You did see glimpses last night, though, about what made Chris Christie a star back when he was governor. He just can't help himself. This bitterness for Trump that he's got is pathetic. And he's wrong on all the issues. It's pathetic. But you see what he could have been. You want to watch our special on George Washington? It's freaking awesome. Well, you can. All you have to do is become a First TV supporter. That gives you access to all of our specials on demand, and it's cake. All you have to go to is thefirsttv.com/support. Thefirsttv.com/support. Become a supporter. Enjoy learning about George Washington.